Hi traders, Hubert here from Elite Currency. Today's video will be all about the NASDAQ index and to see if there is any long-term correction on the horizon that we can make out and its general course for the coming weeks. Okay, so let's start with the monthly chart. And from a purely technical perspective, the NASDAQ is no doubt coming close to a point where it is due for a sizable correction. Simply by the fact that we had this uptrend since the around 2009 that has stretched out intensely upwards in a very strong fashion. And from an Elliott wave perspective, in particularly this last part, which started around 2016, is very much looking like an extended wave 5, as in because we've had already a sizable upswing here, and this following part here is often what appears in equity markets, that the fifth wave of an impulse can get extended due to overconfidence in the market. So usually, when things appear to be great, that's usually when big corrections happen and you get these overstretched moves, and we'll see that on the lower time frames more so. So I'm personally not saying that there is anywhere near a true bear market, a true trend reversal. I do believe that eventually overall the equity markets will continue up again after some sizable correction has happened. So overall, I do expect now around these levels here a top to be created that will last for many months, easily a year or so, before we might see another attempt upwards again. So let's have a look at this topping process in more detail here. I mean, from a fundamental point of view, let me just quickly address that. There's definitely plenty of reasons as to why this topping process could be happening. Obviously, the main fears around international trade wars is a big factor that can, of course, cause stocks to go into major contractions. Other factors are just simply also the central bank policy tightening, and how basically the unwinding of the attempts to unwind the effects of QE by many central banks might have really significant contractive implications for global economies. So there's definitely enough fundamental reasons there for a top to become for a top to occur now in the next few months, or in the next few weeks, or even days. So on this weekly chart, just wanted to show you here again this last part of the swing, that even from this, what I would label as a wave 4, we are now almost complete in this final swing. And like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, it's of note that we had this stretched ending of this swing, which is, like I said, a sign of overconfidence in the market, and it's not something where one should think, oh, this is only a wave 3 and therefore this is most likely going to continue to go up higher. Now, this is probably, we're seeing a pretty large wave 5 since 2016 that is now coming to its end. So a correction could easily target, in the most mildest case, around the 6,000 mark back here to these previous drops. But really, because we're talking about a degree higher, possibly 2 degrees higher, and this could definitely go significantly lower, all the way back down to this wave 4, to in fact the 3,800 level. So now, from a more short-term trading perspective, clearly the NASDAQ, I'm now looking at the 4-hour chart. Just ignore all the labels for the moment. I'll talk about some of them later on. So from a shorter term perspective, you can see here the top that was created in January, and we had this zigzagging correction, which has probably finished here because from that low point we've now headed into a new high. So this is clearly not anything to do anymore with this correction here. So this is probably the last leg now of this entire swing that is that's been happening since 2016 and possibly since 2009. So what can we make out for the swing? Is there now a top nearby that we can see? From my wave perspective, I think we're getting pretty close now. I've labeled, let me zoom this out on this time frame so that you just see black candles. I might make it a bit clearer for you to see. So again, here we have a series of 1-2 waves, so an extended wave 3 here that's created a decent amount of momentum again. But this count at the moment is my favorite count. So we have here our main wave 1, main wave 2 here. And considering all these subswings, they are now probably coming to the end of this wave 3 of this entire swing that started back in April. Why? Because generally these impulses, they stay within trend channels, and as you can see here, this blue upper trend channel line has been now hit several times, and the Fibonacci targets have also been very close to being reached. So I believe that either this is the end of the wave 3 already. There could be a possibility that this move that we're seeing now, you can see that over the last few hours, the index has started to drop very sharply in this very final move here. There is some possibility still that this is not quite complete, that this is within this here just 3 waves still. So we might yet see maybe at the New York Open today some kind of turnaround of this bearish move into a final, spiking into a final high, possibly towards the 7,400 area maximum, I would say, up to about here. Why? Because if I show you in this final swing, if this red box, sorry, I'll make that a bit less glaring of a color. If this gray box was the first wave of the swing and we had our third wave here, then it could possibly be that we get another sort of similar sized wave 5 to finish it up. However, if this momentum starts to just keep on pushing down now, and as soon as it starts to enter this territory, as soon as it starts to hit 7,235, then this swing is complete, and we're most likely going to go into a bigger correction, which is virtually the top, I believe, but probably not entirely yet because of this overall swing. We're still probably missing a wave 4, which should be quite sizable, so we might be seeing a sideways move over the coming days that will slowly work its way towards the corresponding lower channel trend line, which might be confirmed somewhere within here. It might not have to reach it exactly. It could stop a bit earlier. But either way, I believe there is one more final swing down. This correction that now is about to start must not enter this level again. So if we break below the top of wave 1 here at 6,854, then this is not going to go up again. But there's quite a lot of room here to fall and for new buyers still to come in again to push it up one more time. So this is your key level as your invalidation level for this analysis. Overall, expect a sideways movement with a final push higher, and then we can certainly see, if I now zoom out again, that even the wave 5, this turquoise wave 5, would be at an end, which will then complete also this orange wave 5, which in turn then would complete the wave 3, which started all the way back in 2009. Let me show you this here. All the way back here, 2008 in fact. So that will then open up the way for a significant correction that will make the drop during January and February look very small indeed, because it's of a higher degree. So that will go into probably quite a strong meltdown. But we're not quite there yet. But certainly it's becoming very interesting to really short these indices, including the NASDAQ, soon. Just a little bit more patience is probably needed. So I'm monitoring very closely this trend channel, and if this price action within here starting to look corrective, as in that we're getting some three-wave swings in both directions still, then I'm going to be fairly sure that this is not the top yet, that we're going to see another high. If this just whizzes down with enormous speed, a pure impulse, then the warning signs that this trend channel line might get cracked becomes bigger, but there's still a lot of room here for this to for this to fall before a real break could happen. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this. For more free analysis, check out our website, elitecurrency.com. Follow us on Twitter, either my own, which is @Miranda_Hubert, or @EliteCurrency. And for real life trading signals, check out our website as well and join the ECS Live Traders Room. Until next time, wish you all the best and safe trading. Thank you.